I hope you can hear me, because if you can't, I'm going to have to shoot all this again. So, first off, today, I just want to complain about something. We promised you that we were going to video making my wife's desk. The desk is finished and in place, and we did shoot a lot of video. Unfortunately, we currently do not have access to that video, so we're going to show it at a later date. And because we're getting this close to Christmas, we thought it would be a good idea to give you some ideas in order to make your own Christmas gifts. And today, what we're going to make, dice box. What this is, for those of you who don't play D&D or role-playing games in general, or just regular old board games, it's a box that keeps your dice nice and neat when you roll them out, so that they're not all over the table and disrupting the board or disrupting drinks and stuff like that. Very popular. And most of the time, they're either 3D printed or they're made out of wood. Ours are going to be made out of wood. Popular, to be exact. So let's get started, and we're going to show you how to make a dice box and maybe a few other things before Christmas hits.
First, we'll start by setting our rib fence to 1 inch. This will keep the depth of the dice box so that we can roll our dice without them popping out of the tray. With our rib fence set, we'll be able to cut at least 4 sides of the frame for the dice box. Now we can move over to our router. This will allow us to cut the rabbet for the dice box. We'll do this on all 4 sides, and then we'll move on from there. Using our framing jig that I got from Make Something website. You can also get to their YouTube videos located below. I was able to set a 45-degree angle that gave me 90 degrees to create our square dice box using just a standard framing jig. You should be able to find the plans for this jig over at the Make Something website. Again, like I said before, I'll put the link in the description below. This jig actually was a combination of 2, and I'll see if I can set up both of where I got the plans. But it makes making frames so much easier. Next, because I like to keep my angle straight, I went ahead and put some glue, and then this was a neat little table jig that I set up that allows me to put the 45-degree angles together and keep them straight. Sometimes your wood will warp while you're in the process of letting it dry so that you can make something with it, and once you're done making something with it, or you're in the process of making something with it, you find out the wood's actually warped up or gotten out of plumb or square. And so you end up having to use some things like this in order to make sure those angles stay straight. Because this is a dice box and not a frame that's going to be holding the picture, there is some wear and tear. So after I've gone ahead and clamped everything to the sides to hold it in place, I go ahead and use a brad nailer to go ahead and put one brad in each side so that I can hold the frame and continue to keep working with it without having to stop for the glue to dry and then move on to the next section. So one thing to remember when using a brad nailer, don't shoot your fingers. Please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Move my finger, please don't shoot me. There we go. Next, we're going to take it and we'll put the two sides together and do the exact same things, but this time making sure we now have our full square frame. As you can see, as I'm putting it into the slot, everything lines up. We'll test it, then we'll put on our glue, add our nailer, and away we go. So what we're going to be doing now is we'll go ahead and we'll glue down the back. Basically, we're going to take a pre-cut 7" by 7" and we're going to square of an 1/8" piece of wood, plywood, and we're just going to put that on the bottom and we'll glue it in and put some weight on it to hold it, and then we'll let it dry. I want to take a minute to recommend these little glue sticks for spreaders and stuff for glue. Normally I just take my finger and wipe it on there like most people do when they're gluing things together, but I have found that if you really want that glue to get into the nooks and crannies, this little booger right here, probably one of the best things you can purchase, and you can find them on Amazon, Lowe's, pretty much anywhere that sells wood glue. Now we'll just snap that into place, make sure that it is flush, and then we'll get some weight. I like to use power drills, screwdrivers, anything you can find. I like to stick them on there and let that hold it down for these small projects.
All right, glue's dry. We're going to remove these, remove the weight from it. And there you go. Nice little dice box. Got 3 of them here. It's Christmas time. I'm going to give these away as gifts. One to myself. Easy to use. Dice stay in. One of the things that you can do with this, it's basically all it is a frame that you put the backing on, no glass. That's it. You make the frame a little deeper than you normally would so that the dice don't roll out. But other than that, it's just a 90-degree angle with 45-degree cuts on your miters, and you rabbit it. That's it. That's all you got to do. How you choose to finish these is up to you. I'll normally just shellac them, or I'll throw some kind of polyurethane or something on them. I very rarely stain them. And I like to put a little bit of felt in the bottom. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I don't have any felt. Gotta go to the store at the time that I'm filming this. But it kind of quiets it down. They're great for your D&D fan family members. They're great for when you want to play a game of Arkham Horror and you got a lot of dice, or Dungeon Explorer or something like that. And to be honest, they keep the dice from going all over the place and tearing your board up. It's fantastic. You can even use them for something like Monopoly if you're into that kind of thing. I don't know why you would. But anyway. So, make a frame. Don't add no glass. Put a nice little 8 inch thick board in the back, and you're good to go. From all of us here at Bud Builds, have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Choose your favorite. Enjoy. See you next year. It's recording.